Now, that video was shot by our next guest from the Mexican side of the border in Juarez. It shows a huge mass of migrants lined up. Of course, they're waiting for Title 42 to expire, and thus they're just going to enter the United States without fear of being turned away at all. But tonight, some news broke on a separate issue that might help stem this flow. This is a huge blow to the Biden administration. A federal judge just ruled that Trump's Remain in Mexico policy, which sends certain non-Mexican citizens who enter the U.S. back to Mexico as they wait for their immigration hearings, that must remain in place. Joining me now live from El Paso is Julio Rosas, senior writer for Townhall. Julio, the Biden administration never wanted to keep Remain in Mexico, hated it because it actually worked, and they want an open border, obviously. Do you think this is going to have any major effect regarding what you're seeing on the ground, which is staggering?
At the moment, I don't think so, because you have to remember that a lot of people have been waiting since all the way back in May when Title 42 was supposed to be gone back then before a judge said it had to stay. There's been a lot of people waiting for next week to come to pass. And so I don't think, one, the news will reach them that Remain in Mexico will be in place in at least for a little bit. I mean, the reason why we're seeing this massive rush right now, even the week before, is just because people are tired of waiting, and they definitely want to take advantage of the policies that the Biden administration has put in place since they got into office.
Julio, where are these people coming from? I know everyone thinks it's just Guatemala and El Salvador, maybe a few South American countries. But what's the truth about the various places of origin for these migrants?
When I was in Ciudad Juarez for the past 2 days, I've met people from Ecuador, people from Colombia. I even met a man and his wife and his child, and they were from China. They were Chinese, and they definitely stood out to me. And even just now, as we were getting ready for this shot, just right over to my right here, 4 Nicaraguans hopped over the older border fence. And there's a El Paso police officer, and he's called Border Patrol. But that just shows how busy this area has been for the past couple of weeks. And really, it's just it's a wait and see. A lot of Venezuelans right now, they are mainly staying in Mexico because Title 42 does largely apply to them. And from those that I've spoken to the past couple of days, they're ready for next week to come over.
All right, Secretary Mayorkas, who the Republicans want to impeach, was where you are in El Paso over the past couple of days. He met there with Border Patrol agents, and it did not go well, Julio. One agent stated, they asked him why he's staying at the border, saying the border is secure when we have no agents in the field. And that same agent said he had the nerve to respond that he never said the border was secure. And I wish you could see into our agents' eyes. They were lifeless. Julio, what are the agents telling you? I can't imagine the life of a Border Patrol agent looking at this mass of humanity that you showed in that video. We'll show it again in a moment.
I mean, the agents that I've spoken to, all throughout since this crisis has started, they are absolutely demoralized. They're fed up with the lies that the Biden administration has told the American people, because they see it. They see it every day. They have been through multiple administrations, some of them, and they've seen the differences firsthand. And so for a lot of them, it's insulting that Secretary Mayorkas would even say such a thing when he has said time and again in front of Congress even that they have operational control, that it is secure. When, from what I've seen in my multiple trips down here, and even just I've seen this past week, it's not secure in any traditional sense.
Well, Julio, that's kind of obvious, don't you think? Scores is not secure. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is a complete travesty from beginning to end. This is purposeful. They wanted to do this. And anyone watching who's had a chance to watch Fox, because the other networks won't cover it, sees what's going on here. They understand it. Julio, thank you for being there, and thanks for that exclusive video tonight.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.